we all loved like Ninja Gaidens and that kind of game. And Thierry was a big fan of that. So he wanted one day to do his own game.
Hello, this is Karosh, and I'm at PAX West right now, and I'm at the Messenger booth. Can I ask what your name is?
Yeah, my name is Philippe.
Philip, nice to meet you. What did you work on the Messenger?
I'm the level designer of the game.
We've been playing a little bit of it so far now. Can you describe a little bit of what the game is, like a synopsis?
Yes, like you're a ninja in a little village on an island that is like corrupt with monsters. So you have one goal is bring like a squirrel to the top of a mountain because there's some kind of prophecy that's gonna happen, but actually you don't have the time to know what's happening and you have to run from the beginning to go there. So and that's your main goal actually.
Right, and so I've only played a little bit of it thus far, and that's as much as I've seen, but it looks like it branches off and then escalates as you go further. Am I correct in assuming that?
Yes, it branches up. Actually, it's I don't want to spoil it, but yeah, there's a big surprise when you get actually to the top of the mountain with your scroll and something happening, and the game's totally changed from that. So when you get there, actually, it's like some kind of big tutorial of how the game is working and how you have to play it. And when you reach that, the real game begins at that moment, actually.
And that's something. So, as a level designer, I've noticed that there's a lot of like character mechanics, but it works in tandem with how the levels are made. How do you guys go about as a team deciding like, do we want to highlight a certain mechanic at a certain point, or how do you have that conversation? If you can give us a rough idea.
I'm working a lot with Thierry, actually, the director, the game director, and talking about all the metrics and all the game, how the move are they're working. And after this, we just iterate a lot to build the adventure and try to find what is the best progression possible that is fitting the story, but with the good difficulty to avoid getting stuck at one place and breaking the flow.
Yeah. Okay.
Just back and forth, actually, like that.
Okay. Cool. How long of a time did it take you guys to from start to finish on developing this?
If I'm not mistaken, it's about 2 years, 2 years and a half. But Thierry is working on that idea from a very long time. He was a little child actually when you think about that game first. We all loved like Ninja Gaidens and that kind of game. And Thierry was a big fan of that. So he wanted one day to do his own game. And so he kept thinking about it. And one time actually we were making like a retro gaming lunch, him and I. And we talked about that. He had that idea to make that game actually, and we were already making games together. And we said, we could do our own ninja game. That would be very fun. So Thierry pushed the idea actually, and we started to work on it like just late at night and on the weekend. And Thierry loved too much that idea, and he wanted to push it further. So he went to see a guy that he already known, who was a producer, and he showed the demo that we made. And the guy who is Martin Brouard, left his job and say, okay, let's start the company actually, and let's do that game.
That's so cool.
And after this, he reached for, I don't know if you know the guy who made the music, Rainbow Dragon Eye.
I spoke with Eric and your team.
So he showed, Thierry talked about him because they both are musicians. Thierry loves music also. So he went and talked about that game. He said, man, would you like to work on our game? We need music, and I love what you are doing actually. And Eric said, oh yeah, right away.
Yeah, I had to talk to Eric. I was really in love with how the music's been designed with the games as well as the levels.
Man, he's a genius.
So you talked about like growing up loving these games. Aside from Ninja Gaiden, like did you have other games similar to this that you really like grew up loving or played a lot?
Yes, yes, Metroid. Like there's a lot of the game. If you go through the game, you will see a lot of different reference. The game, yeah, totally. And then I cannot tell you just about versus one because there's so much reference.
There's a plethora of them, and yeah. Okay.
It's all that era actually.
That's so awesome. So one last question for you. For you and your team, I mean, this game just launched, correct?
Yes, yesterday.
Right. So for you and your team, what's the next step? Is it seeing this through like pushing it, getting it on platforms, or are you guys already working on new projects or new ideas or?
Personally, it's a little bit hard to say because I'm not really sure what's happening. But one thing for sure that we are waiting to see how people react to the game and if the people like it, we're gonna see actually if are we going to other console, and this is some plan, but we have to wait actually to see.
If once last question. This game is out on Switch, on all these other platforms. Do you have a preferred platform you like playing it on?
Personally, we develop on PC, so I really like the controller. I don't know, I'm not very good with the Switch controller, but I don't know why it's fitting very well on the Switch. You know, it's that kind of game that's like for Nintendo, so it's very I think it's Switch.
I think it's the ability to choose how you want to play with the Switch. You can have it on a TV, or you can play it in a line. That's what we've loved. Like, we've been able to play it at the hotel room while we're like waiting for PAX to start. So again, I just want to say thank you for talking to us about this. We love the game so far. I'm really excited to see like what you guys in this game does going forward. So thank you again for talking to us.
Thank you very much.